The World of Outlaws released their schedule for the upcoming 2026 season, and for the most part, things are status quo. That's to be expected with an established series, but it is interesting how four tracks dominate this year's offering. We discuss it on today's edition of the Sprint Car Unlimited 90 at 9. On Thursday, the Outlaws announced their much anticipated 84 race, 86 night schedule that is spread across roughly 40 tracks and 22 states. There are multi day shows, high paying events, two new tracks, some old haunts that are back on the slate, and some interesting stops. One of the things that I think stands out the most is that the Outlaws have four tracks that have become such pillars that they make up 34.5% of the schedule this season. Leading the way, of course, is Knoxville Raceway with 9 shows, 3 of which have been added over the last few seasons. Huset's is next with 8, and Volusia and Williams Grove each have 6. I get it. The weather at Volusia is good enough to start the season in February, and Williams Grove is a legacy of sorts. Knoxville has the biggest race of the season, and I'm sure the Outlaws want to up the ante on their commitment with the Dirt Vision contract coming up. As for Huset's, Todd Queering owns the top-notch facility and keeps pumping in more money. It also doesn't hurt that he has the number 1 team with the series, so keeping him happy makes sense. Going to these 4 venues also provides solid revenue. Florida in February has become a destination. Central Pennsylvania has the biggest fan base. Knoxville sells itself. And Huset's can piggyback off that Midwest buzz. Do I think teams want to go to 4 tracks so much? Knoxville, yes. You can never get enough laps at the famed facility in preparation for the Knoxville Nationals. Going to Florida to race at Volusia scratches that early season itch. As for Central Pennsylvania, I do know some teams would like to shake it up a bit and get to some more venues in the Keystone State. And Huset's, well, I think the jury's still out with new clay coming in. Despite what anybody thinks, it makes sense. When you run a series that travels around the country and employs an extensive road crew, you need to make money. You can't afford many clunkers, so you need to maximize your earnings potential at facilities that have a good fan base, a solid group of locals to add to the car count, and established events. Sure, there are going to be some jabs from fans, but if these events work at the front and the back gate, that's really all that matters. That's going to wrap up this edition of the Sprint Car Unlimited 90 at 9, and we'll be back Monday. Stay tuned.